Well, hello, folks, and welcome to the Content Profit Show. This is Jeff Herring, your host, and I am really excited about our show today. It's going to be something we've never done before on the show, something unique. So you'll get a lot out of it. A couple of announcements to make. The show is really taking off thanks to you guys and getting very popular. You know, we added a second show last month. Well, I'll just tell you the way it happened. I was meeting with my original mentor, Tom Antion, on Friday. Just wanted to run by him what I was doing now and ask him, anything obvious I'm missing, how can we make it better? And he said, well, Jeff, you've been around long enough to know there's 7 days in a week, right? I'm like, all right, I get what you're saying. Because we were going to go to 3 a week. Yeah, 3 a week in the new year. But we added 4 new ones in December, and half of those are gone. So, folks, if you want to be in the chair that Maya is about to be in and all these other great guests we've had and will have, you go to the contentprofitshow.com/guest. That's the Content Profit Show /guest. And we'll have that up on the screen as we wrap up later. Now, let's bring Miss Maya into the fold here. Maya is one of my students done good. She got herself in Content Profit Explosion and just tore it up. And Maya helps writers create blog posts and reach more readers. So welcome, Maya.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, everyone.
How you doing? Glad you're here.
I'm doing great.
All right. We got some comments already. Let me go over here. Now, whether you're, it's Sharon and others saying hi to us. Hi, you guys. Now, some of you are listening to this on the podcast, and we'll make this as visual as possible for you. Some of you are watching it on the live cast, and that's great. Some of you are here live. You're here live, great. Thank you. If you're here, on the replay, where the heck were you? Oh, no, teasing. I hope you're enjoying it too. All right, so let's get down to business here, Maya. And we'll start out this way with both of us up here. What we're going to do, Maya brought me a really good article, I'd say a great article, and a slide share that was cool too. And we're doing something different with them. This article is all about how to overcome the 5 biggest writing fears. So, pop quiz, everybody. If she's got 5 writing fears here, how many modules do you think this could turn into for a course or mini course? And what I really like, great. Where did you find this graphic? This is great.
Just good old Unsplash. Unsplash is kind of my go-to, and that's one of the reasons why they tend to have great pictures.
I'm the same way. And look, who it looks like? It reminds me of Julia Louis-Dreyfus from
I thought that too. Like her or Mindy Kaling, actress Mindy
Kaling.
Kaling.
There you go. It's a perfect look for Scared. Robin Coles, who is a future guest this month, has said that you'd have 5 modules of that, and you're right. And then Facebook user is the way your name is coming up. Sorry, 5 plus a bonus for 2. Yeah, you're going to see that in a minute. So good job on that. All right, so I'm afraid to start writing. Yeah, you hear a lot of that too, right?
Yes.
All right, so we'll get you a bigger screen there, kids. And this is, I want you to, y'all that are here in whatever form you're here, get this mini course that she's going to create from this, because she's got good stuff in here. And really, Maya, it depends on what level you want to take this. If you want to make this a mini course, I wouldn't add anything to this other than doing a video of each module. If you want to go bigger, we can talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
So that's module 1. I'm afraid to start writing. Module 2, I'm not good enough to write. Imposter syndrome. Yeah, I used to have that. I was told that. So cool. And then number 3, I really like the way you've got this laid out. Good job. I'm afraid it's too late for me to start writing. Isn't it funny how some people say that? It's like, well, I'm X, whatever the number is, right? And that means I'm too old. Robin says, I love the just decide you don't care. I have to practice that more. Yeah, we all do. We all do. All right, so we're rocking along here. Included another article. I love it. I'm afraid to publish my work. Here's a little reframe of that we all can use. Um, I consider my readers my last line of editing, okay? Because they're going to find the mistakes and they're going to point them out to me. And I usually say, thank you for noticing, and I'll go fix it. But you got a lot of good advice in here about that. Turn your invisibility into a superpower. Woo! I love it. And then 5, I'm afraid of criticism. Yeah. Oh yeah. And you know this because you've been doing this a while, Maya. You're going to get it. There's going to be criticism. I heard from somebody recently that got their first round of criticism, and they were like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And I said, "Celebrate." They're like, "Celebrate? What are you talking about?" I said, "It means you got noticed, you know, in this big, crazy, overwhelming sea of content, you got noticed. That's a good thing." And so we're looking at 5 modules here, and we'll talk about how to do them, lay them out in a minute. Now, here's what's really cool about this, folks. Because remember I said Maya sent me this article and a slide share. Now, get ready for a beautiful slide share here, folks, all right? We're going to go there now. Blogging 101, all right? Now, and what I wrote back to Maya when she was saying which one, I said both. Because I said, the article is going to be the course, and this will be the bonus, okay? Because this is really, well, besides being informative, it's beautifully laid out. Isn't that beautiful, folks? And she takes it step by step. So a couple of tips about bonuses, kids. 2 things that are so super powerful. One of them is this. Almost everybody creates their content or their product, and then, okay, now I got to have bonuses, and they go create something more. Don't do that. There's 2 better ways to do it. Pull something out of your course. Okay? I always pull something out of the course and make that one of the bonuses. Okay, so you don't have to do any extra work, or like Maya did, or I'm helping her do, is take something she's already got and make that the bonus. Now, this one is $1 million tip here. Okay. And there's probably a couple people out there teaching blogging, Maya. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just a few.
Part of what you've done here, without really realizing it, maybe, is that you've gone out and you've looked at, it's like you've gone out and looked at other blogging courses and seen what their promise is and made that your bonus. To make that more clear, folks, you want to be ahead of the competition, research them, see their stuff, find out what their big thing is, and then make that your bonus, okay? And then you get to start playing at a level where the competition doesn't even know there's a game going on, okay? So that's what we're helping Maya do here. Now, let's take it over to the put it together screen, okay? Now, remember those 5 we had here, okay? Now, this is just a working model. You guys that are show regulars know. And so, you know, we've seen the Medium articles, other free traffic, because SlideShare is a traffic source, isn't it?
It could be.
Yeah.
The reason I did the slide was we were in another writers group that I belong to. We had a lot of new bloggers, and you know, they had a lot of questions. And then finally, one woman just asked, she was like, "What is blogging exactly?" And I was like, "Oh, we need to talk about that." And so what I did for the next meeting was basically show the slide share.
Okay. Okay. So I love what you did. What is blogging became a header on one of your slides. Folks, that's called listening to your community, to your audience, and delivering what they ask for. So super good. super good here. And so creating blog posts, reaching more people. Let's narrow that down a little bit. Who do you most like to do that for?
I would say new bloggers.
Okay.
So definitely, as far as writers go, I definitely focus on bloggers or people who are doing nonfiction.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Men, women, under 40, over 40, left-handed, right-handed.
I would say women. I would say 40s. I
Okay.
would say like Gen X boomers,
Okay.
that range.
I love that phrase, Gen X boomers. I love it. All right. So let's get down to business here. Here's some traffic, and there'll be other sources too. Now, were you thinking course or mini course?
I wasn't sure because I know I know traditionally a mini course is described as 3 modules and that's it. And
Right.
then whereas
Right.
a full course is 5 to 7 modules with an introduction.
I can tell you were paying attention during Content Profit Explained. And traditionally, that's true. It's going to depend on how big we decide to make this, because really you could take the content you have right now in each of these spheres over here, and you've got enough helpful stuff in there, enough valuable stuff. You could just put this content up, right? And do a video as you talked about it. And that would be fine for a mini course. So this could be a small mini course with 5 modules, and it fits because the modules are shorter, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting. More and more and more, our attention span is shorter, and these smaller things work so great. Like I just read the latest novel by James Patterson, the #1 writer in the world. I mean, I think he writes a book a day. And one of the things I noticed about it, because I read it on my phone, was the Alex Cross series. And I think this one was called Triple Cross. But anyway, there must have been like 50, 60 chapters in this book. And what I got, as I researched it, I thought, this is smart because each chapter is small. And so it's given everybody a sense of completion. Okay, let's just go on to the next chapter, go on to the next chapter. Same thing with doing the mini course as modules. Now, if we made it a course, or a course, we would add to it. You know, doing those same things, but probably also having a checklist, which this article, you really lend it well to a checklist. And then maybe if templates make sense, you could do that, a Q&A. Some of that would depend on whether you're doing this live,
Okay.
interacting with people, or as a recording, or a mix of both. So really you could either one of these as a starter. Okay. And this would have the SlideShare bonus too. Have you given any thought to what comes next?
No, not really.
Okay.
I guess I was kind of stuck at the mini course versus course level.
Okay. Let's settle that question, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
I think you could win either way, but is this your first product?
Yes.
Okay, that decides it. It's a mini course.
Okay.
And here's why. I want it to be something small enough for people to get a really good flavor of how you do things and how helpful you could be. Something they can consume quickly, and something I want to make it I don't have to talk to anybody price. I don't got to check with a spouse or a boss or a partner or something. So starting out low, easily $7 to $27. Now, you're not going to get rich $7 at a time unless we get thousands of people doing it. But you get buying behavior. You get people in. And I've talked to a lot of the people now that have really inexpensive memberships, like $7 a month or $9 a month. And their plan is, and it's working, the people I talk to, is to build up a lot of members at that price, right? And then offer them the next steps. So this is a good end for you. And then, the other thing is we could almost reverse this in a way and then take each one of those tips and it could become its own mini course as well. Now, going on to larger stuff. If you'd be interested, this would be perfect for a membership or mastermind.
Okay.
Because, I mean, depending on how often you did it, if you did like once a month training and a Q&A, these 5 mistakes would cycle every 5 months, or 5 fears, would cycle every 5 months. Your service delivery would be small. You could do them one a week, however you want to do it. And as complete as this article is and how well it's set up for creating a product out of it, you didn't tell us everything you know about those 5 things, did you?
No.
Good. Like I said, you've been paying attention. And so you could add more to that. You could add different topics. Those things could be under one of the topics. Like my second course was a little sliver of my first course under article marketing, where I taught list building, and that became my next course. So there's lots of ways to go with this. The cool thing, the reason I encourage people to think some kind of recurring residual income is it's just nice to have those coming in. I talked to somebody recently whose membership is $47, and I said, all right, you've told me your numbers, so you've got to get like somewhere between 5 and 10 payments a day, right? She goes, yeah, mostly 7 to 10. And I'm like, that's not a bad day, especially if it's for something you're already doing. Now, do you have any interest in working with private clients?
I've been curious about it, and I kind of feel like I do that sort of unofficially for friends now anyway. So yeah, I have some interest in that.
Okay, because that could be something that grows out of the membership, right? Because some people are going to want more time with you, and if you're already doing this with friends, then you've got a perfect resource for testimonials, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So what we've got here with Room to Grow now is, and folks, I want you to get this, and Maya, good on you. You came with an article and a slide share, okay? And from that, here's the outline of an empire, okay? A content marketing empire, which, that wouldn't stink, right?
No.
And so good job. And folks, really, especially those of y'all that are already signed up and have yet to book what Maya's doing today, because you think you got to have it perfect, or you're not used to this or whatever. Don't worry about it. Bring what you got. Making something of it's my job, right? I'm going to say that again. Bring what you got. Making something of it is my job, right? And we'll do it together here. So, great job. Any questions, Maya?
No, I don't think I have any questions. Thank you so much. I mean, this is really helpful, and I think that's the thing I was stuck on as to how I could make something like this a membership. I was just like, well, I didn't really see it, and I wasn't really sure. I was like, it could definitely be some type of a mini course or course, but I was like, membership. I was like, I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, and really, just what you decide is, see, what you got to think about before you do a membership is, what's the service delivery, Okay, because most people overpromise and then burn out.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do is think, okay, like Sharon, who's with us today, um, our very first guest on the show when it started way back. Um, we looked at taking her essential oils and making instruction cards out of them. Okay, and so doing 2 a month and a Q&A added up to about an hour and a half of service delivery time. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so part of what we'll talk about later is, do you want to do a training every week, every month? How many Q&As you want to do, and also what you may want to send them monthly. Like I've got one colleague that sends out an email template every Monday, Liz Wilcox, and so she's got a curious model I'm learning more about. So those are some ideas, and we can play with how to do that.
Okay, great.
Well, let's get the mini course the mini course done first, and then we'll decide where to go from there. Cool, Maya. Hats off. Good job. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. Y'all give Maya a hand. She did a great job with
Thank
it.
you.
They'll be coming in here in the comments. All right, folks. Thanks for being here as always. Our next show is just a few days away, Thursday, when we have our special guest, Jane Gardner, in. And again, if you have not yet grabbed your place doing this, well, you know what? I've got something to put up here for you to look at right now. How about that? And you get to go to that link, thecontentprofitshow.com/guest, and sit right where Maya's sitting. No, not in your living room. in the chair next to me. No, next to me. Okay, there we go. All right. And on that note, we're going to say go use this stuff. And thank you once again, Maya.